got to do, and I put it on my Facebook page, and I say, hey, single mothers, go here. They won't help you. Encourage me. Available resources. And it'll keep their mind off of running out in the street. Because what I had to do was take that same mentality that I used in the street to get me in trouble, and I turned it to do God's work. It's a mind. It ain't going to be a Christian mind. Everybody might not be a Christian person, but if they have the resources, whether they're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, whatever, they have the resources, it may just give them motivation not to go back to the
I'm going to break that down. No. I'm going to break that down. Okay, first of all, one thing that we did when we really put a lot of effort into the new clemency policy once it was done. And what we basically discovered was actually that these policies are dictated by private prisons. Okay, we know that they make billions of dollars each year off of incarcerating them, and they're in charge of. There was the force behind creating conditions like the zero tolerance policy that came from private prison owners. All right, to where our children are being locked up as young as 7, 8 years old for things that we used to get sent to the principal office, and so they've been conditioned. And then during that same year, what happened? House Bill 1355. Well, the first thing they did was revive the clemency policy. Then they had House Bill 1355. They passed a provision that allows for juvenile offenders to be housed in adult facilities. All right, you got that sheriff right down here in Polk County at 11. All right, and then stuck within the appropriations bill was a measure to privatize the majority of prisons in Florida. All right, at the same time, they were attacking unions. So everybody was scrambling around, everybody was looking at different isolated incidents, but the reality was it was all part of one intricate plan. And that's basically setting up that revolving door to where now, you get the state spend $20,000 a year to incarcerate you. Contrast that to the $3,500 they spend to educate our child. You understand what I'm saying? And so now that I'm coming into that system, I'm being able, because they're privatized, to be outsourced as prison labor. So now you can go to an owner that has 10 employees that he pays $20 an hour and tell him to lay off 9 of them, and you'll give him 9 inmates and pay him $2 a day. All right? Now, that owner couldn't do that if his workforce was unionized. So I got to get rid of the union. You understand? So now when I'm working at his plant for $2 a day, the only problem you got now is at some point I would have completed my sentence. And so you need to create an environment that when I get out, I'm made to be ostracized. I'm made to find a different to get a job, housing, education. So that increases the likelihood of me doing what? I'm going to go that gun, and I'm going to get mine the way I know how. I got some mouths to feed. Or if society treats me like I ain't, so I'm going to act like I ain't. Always calling me a con and felon and all that. Look down on me? No problem. I'm going to go hang out with the gang members that love me like family, that don't look down on me. And they create these conditions. So you link all of this right here is intricately linked to each other. So when we talk about the shooting in our street, there are people in records that are doing a lot of shooting. Less than half of 1% of the people in our communities that have guns, less than half of 1% is responsible for over 70% of the body. Understand that? It's a small amount. We're not going after a lot of people up. We're going after people off the lifeline to heal it, to save them. And we know that if we can help them get a job, if we can help them reintegrate back into the community, then they're not going to be out there whining. We know this. And we know that the money, those people that they did a study that showed that the people in 2009 that received their rights back, the recidivism rate was reduced to 12.4%. In 2010, those who received their rights back, the recidivism rate was reduced to 5.4%. So out of 30,000 people that were released and given their rights back, over 27,000 of them never committed another crime. What does that represent? $545 million the state did not have to spend to house those people, right? Those 27,000 people. That's a budget that's bigger than Dade County. And I'm not even talking about the cost of investigation, nor the cost of prosecution. Just the housing. The state was able to save $545 million. So our thing is that when you reduce the spending on prisons, then you can reallocate those funds to education. You can reallocate those funds to reentry programs. You can reallocate those funds to prevention programs. That's how that all works. That's how it's all connected. You see, when you look at what destroys the African American community the most, what has the most impact on the African American community, it's incarceration. It's incarceration, point blank. We can talk about taxes, we can talk about jobs or whatever, but at the end of the day, what hurts us the most is incarceration. And then to add insult to injury, if all of us now was locked up and they send us to Putnam County, right, to serve our jail time, well, when senators come around, guess what? Guess who getting counted? They counting us and giving money to Putnam County and depriving our community of the money that we're coming back to, of the money that we need for service. It's all connected. And so the thing is that the way to break it is to first empower us. And I'm not talking about empowering impacted people. I'm talking about empowering their family members. And then empowering their family members in the community, then we empower them on the impacted individual. Once that happens, you go wherever you want to go.
We're not initially not going to kick this off.
Just slowly put it out there. But these cars are in Jacksonville and Pensacola, South Florida, Orlando.
This district here, we say, we look at a breakdown of two counties. We have more, we usually come to this area, but we want to play consider. And so it is a serious issue.
Well, like I said, I just wanted to really